Well, I mean, it's a goal that we have every year, and our kids got together in August and they write down their goals, and this is the ultimate one. This is what every school needs to be shooting for, and we're excited about being here. I think when the game's over and you look back at what you accomplished during the season, that ultimately is what your team is remembered by. We've been here, this is the third time in 5 years, and we hadn't been successful the first 2 times. And as a coach, it kind of wears on me because it's not a lot of fun, to being on the wrong side of the score in a game like this. But as far as these kids, this is the first time they've been here, and hopefully we as coaches can learn from our mistakes in years past and have a great week of practice, great week of preparation, and allow these kids to accomplish a goal that they set for themselves. Well, I think in our offensive line we've got kids that have played there for 3, and one of them's been there as a starter for 4 years. So that's got to be a strength. And then our running back, Mario Carter, has got 2,000 yards rushing and 31 or 32 touchdowns. So offensively, I think that's our strength. And then defensively, we don't have much size. We've got good quickness, and kids get to the ball and don't give up big plays. And if we can play that kind of defense and then play ball control offense to try to keep Gaffney off the field as long as possible, then we have an opportunity to be successful.
Right.
Well, obviously all football teams have weaknesses. I think we try to cover ours up in terms of what we try to do. I think ultimately as an offensive coach, you've got to try to make people defend the whole field. And at times, we haven't been able to do that because of a lack of a deep ball threat, so to speak. But I think we've come up with some things that best fit our kids, that requires defenses to cover the whole field. We run some option. We run some bootleg passes, some play action passes. We've got a couple tight ends that have done a great job for us catching the football. And I think our quarterback, as we started this junior year, his junior year, we put too much on him early, and we realized what kind of football team we needed to be about 4 or 5 games into the season, and we've gone to that. And gradually he's matured. He threw 6 touchdowns in the playoffs. So, and I think he's right at like 80% throwing the football in the playoffs. So we realized to be successful at this level, we're going to have to do those things this Saturday. Well, offensively, I think our quarterback plays with a lot of composure. He's obviously been in big games already. He makes you defend the whole field. I mean, he can throw the ball 70 yards downfield, and he's got receivers and go get it. And then he's bigger than any kid I have playing defense, so he's a threat to run the football. They've got a couple strong running backs. Their offensive line is huge. And then defensively, it's almost the opposite. They're just quick, and they get to the football, and they bring a lot of physicalness to the game. And, that's something we're going to have to try to match. I think as a head coach, that ultimately is your goal, to be state champions. I've been coaching 36 years, and I haven't had the opportunity. I've had opportunities, but we've never won one. And I think, as a selfish reason, I would like to see what that feels like. But more for these kids. Kids excite me. These kids, the way they develop and turn into the kind of football team that you want them to be, I want to see them finish with smiles on their face. And if we could do that, that's enough for me. No, I just, again, I think that's the kids just to think about August and the summer workouts and things that they've done and how far they've come in a 3-month period of time. And the friendships that they've made are going to be with them the rest of their lives. And if this thing's going on a DVD, then that's something they can have the rest of their lives. And as they get older, all them memories will be there. And that's what we play this game for.
State championships.
Well, it's very special. Each group brings on a different personality, and certainly this team has got a great personality. They love the game of football. They just play extremely hard. It doesn't matter if they play in front of 200 folks or 20,000. They just like to play. Well, a positive experience for kids. You know, anytime you go down to Columbia, it's special in itself. It really, in all honesty, there are no losers coming when you make it this far. Everybody's a champion, and certainly you want to win the game, but, you know, I'm more interested in those kids winning the game of life. Well, I think our biggest strength is a chemistry of this team. They really enjoy playing together. They're very unselfish kids. They don't care who scores, who makes the tackle. All they care is it gets done, and we win the ball game. So I think that's the biggest strength. You know, offensively, certainly we revolve around our quarterback Malcolm Long, who's been a 2.5-year starter, and he seems to just thrive under pressure, and you know, when the game's on the line, you know, he seems to step it up a notch, and I think that gives a lot of pride to the kids and a lot of confidence to them. I think our weakness sometimes when somebody runs it right at us, and I know Irmo, fine football team, they're going to try to run it right at us, and if there is a glaring weakness, that's been it. It seems to take a quarter or two to figure out we got to toughen up a little bit and keep our pads down. Well, Irmo, they make no bones about it. They're going to bring the ball right at you. They're going to try to jam it right down your throat. You know, they don't like to throw. They only throw when they have to. They throw in surprise. But they're going to try to run it right down your throat, and they'll mix in a little option to keep you honest. And defensively, it's hard to catch them out of place. You know, the films that I've watched, those guys are in position. They're going to be there. You're going to have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. Well, certainly I'd like to thank the community. I mean, shoot, when we play games away, they're like home games because we usually carry more folks than anybody else, you know, and that means a lot to these young men to turn around and know that the town and the community supports them the way they do.
Hello, this is Columbia Mayor Bob Coble. I want to welcome everyone to the Weekend of Champions. Good luck to every team here in Columbia.
Welcome to the South Carolina State Football Championships. To the athletes, educators, parents, and team fans, thank you for demonstrating how hard work and determination can pay off. Congratulations to you all.
From Williams-Brice Stadium on the campus of the University of South Carolina, the South Carolina High School League presents the 4A Division I State Championship game between the Yellow Jackets of Irmo and the Indians of Gaffney. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Henderson, happy to be here with you today for what ought to be a great high school football game. Gaffney will get the ball. Tanner Douglas will kick it off here for Irmo, and I'll be joined up here in the booth today by longtime Irmo public address announcer Bill Beckham. And Bill, as the kickoff is on, this ought to be a good one.
Well, it should be. I think two evenly matched teams, Jim. Very different styles on offense. Short kickoff will come out to around the 40-yard line, so good field position for the Indians to start the game. Their quarterback is Malcolm Long. Long is a passer, 170 completions in 283 attempts for 1,702 yards, 29 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions. And Bill, that is a tremendous
touchdown to interception ratio.
Gaffney has one of the finest teams in the state, obviously having beaten Burns twice this season.
And right away, Long will come out in the shotgun here in our first offensive play of the game. And he will want to throw. He's not going to get it off, though. He's sacked behind the line of scrimmage. A great start here for the Yellow Jackets, and leading the way in there was big James Geiger, the 5'8", 220-pound junior. And, Bill, I guess that's the way the Yellow Jackets want to get it going.
Well, they'll use Geiger to penetrate a good bit. You'll see the linebackers very mobile from side to side, especially Chipper Peterson in the middle, number 99. Keep your eye on him in a passing situation.
Single tailback in the eye on 2nd down and 14 yards ago. The sack loss was 4. Long will give the ball to the inside tailback and across the 40-yard line, and not much more than that will go the running back here for the Indians. And the running back for Gaffney on that one was Anthony Tyus, a 64-pounder. Tyus this year with 363 yards on the ground in 63 carries for 4 touchdowns. The Indians do not run the ball all that much. They will throw double wide out to the near side, single wide out to the far side. On 3rd and 8, as Long wants to throw. Long looking around. Now we'll throw it, and the pass will be complete out there to the 45-yard line of the Indians, and that'll be a 45-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. Will be a first down here for the Indians. On the reception that time for Gaffney was Jeremiah Cochran, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Gaffney on the move, wide out going to the far side this time will be Tyson Petty. Petty's the guy to keep an eye on. Wears number 11 for Gaffney. Again, the single setback behind Long. Long will hand it off, tailback left side, trying to cut through, nothing doing there. He'll get down to about the 40-yard line, and that will be it. It'll be a short pickup here for the Indians, and once again, the ball carrier was Anthony Tyus. And Bill, right now, a pretty good opening drive here for the Indians, and I think it looks like they're mixing it up a little bit. I thought they might be throwing more here early.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have been too, but Irmo did good coverage on that first down play, just couldn't hold him long enough.
Single setback beside Long, and Long will give it to the inside handoff. That's Tyus again, and this time he's not going to go very far. And a good job by the interior Jackets defensive line. I saw Geiger get up there again, and boy, right now, Bill, he's playing really well.
Geiger and Cody Phillips very mobile there at linebackers, and Chipper Peterson, as I said earlier, you'll see him drop back a good bit on 3rd down situations. So I'd look for Gaffney to look for a pass this time.
And 3rd it is, 3rd and 7. Gaffney 1 for 1 in 3rd down conversions. Double wide out to the far side is Petty and Barnes. Man in motion as Long drops, rolls to his right. Going to go that way, wide open over there. And it'll be very close to a first down. The pass completion was to Barnes. But, Bill, it looks like he's going to come up just short here, maybe about a yard.
About a yard short, Jim.
So a decision time here early on for Phil Strickland and the Indians. It'll be 4th down, and it looks like less than a yard. The ball on the right hash at the 34-yard line. And it looks to me like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now let's check it out here. Let's make sure. Jeremiah Cochran comes in, and yes, they are. 4th down, our first 4th down play of the game. An I backfield here. Cochran is the tailback in the I. And he's going to get the football, and he's going to get the first down to the 31-yard line. Cochran went to the wide side of the field and picked up the first down for Gaffney. So the Indians, with their second first down on this drive, will have it just inside the left hash at the Yellow Jackets' 31-yard line. And Bill, we were talking before the game, because Irmo loves to run the ball a lot. This is probably not a good thing if they get behind early.
Well, I think that would be a problem for Irmo. They tend to run the ball 90% of the time. It'd be difficult for them to come back if they got behind considerably in this game.
7:50 remaining first quarter. Good opening drive here for the Indians. Single setback again. Cochran on the fake. Long's gone up top. There's a completion down to around the 11-yard line. And making the catch here for the Indians is Blake Duffy, the wide receiver. And that will be a first down coming up here for the Indians at the 11-yard line. So Gaffney now can still get another first down before it scores. and the drive is moving very well.
There's a nice fake on that play.
Cochran again lines up alongside Long. Long will keep it this time, run 10-5 and down inside to 5 to about the 2-yard line. Good run by Malcolm Long, and it looked like Bill, it might have fooled him a little bit.
Well, and that is a big kid playing quarterback for Gaffney. He's a running back by himself.
Long 6'2", 225. You are certainly right about that. Well, the ball is right at the point after touchdown spot, so we'll call it around the 3-yard line rather. So it is 2nd and 2 from the 3. Long up behind center for the first time, pitches to Cochran. Cochran's not going anywhere. In fact, he's taken down for a loss back to the 4-yard line. And boy, great swarming tackle over there by a whole bunch of guys wearing that white uniform. And I saw Ricky Nichols getting up off there for Irmo.
Ricky's been a very solid player for the Yellow Jackets this year. That was good pursuit.
So 3rd down and 3 from the 4-yard line, 6:20 to go here in the first quarter, no score here in the 4A Division I state championship game. Gaffney took the opening kickoff, has not relinquished it yet, has driven 60 yards. The original start of the drive was at the 40-yard line following a short kickoff by Irmo. Long up behind center again, gives it to Cochran, trying to go through, and he's not going to get it. He's not going to score, and Bill, I don't know if he got the first down either. It's going to be close.
I think he's short, Jim. I think he's about a yard short. He only got around just outside the 2-yard line, I believe.
Well, another decision time here for the Indians. They went for it before on 4th down, and it is going to be about a half a yard short, maybe almost a full yard, right at the 2-yard line. So for the second time in the game, Gaffney will try to go for it on 4th down. Irmo has played very well against the run so far here in the game. Let's see what the Yellow Jackets come up with here now. Petty's going to go out wide right. Full house backfield again, 3rd consecutive time here. Long hands at Cochran, trying to go, touchdown.
Yeah, that was a lot of push on the left side of the line, Jim. It would have been difficult to keep anybody out of that end zone.
Jeremiah Cochran from 2 yards away, and the Indians of Gaffney on the board here with 5:16 remaining in the first quarter. They lead it 6-0. Extra point try coming up. Malcolm Long will hold, and Jonathan Motz will attempt the point after. Low snap, kick is up. Let's see, he did not get it. It went wide. So, Bill, that may be a break there for the Yellow Jackets. You could see that Long had real difficulty trying to handle the snap on that play. It was low and to the left, and I guess he really didn't get it back down.
The whole play looked out of sync to me, Jim. Just didn't look like they had their act together on that.
Well, Irmo will get the ball now for the first time in the game. Bill, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the Yellow Jackets' top players on offense?
Well, obviously the number 1 player that you will see with the ball is Mario Carter, number 5. He's been the outstanding running back for Irmo all year. Leander Barney at quarterback, left-hander, solid player, very mobile, runs the option. You'll see folks in and out of the backfield, but it should be interesting to see how well they can run.
Well, there's a look at the touchdown. But we'll have the kickoff coming now. Mustafa Green will stand back at around his own 5. It's short, going to go to the far side, going to go out of bounds. And boy, both kickoffs we've seen right now have not been all that good. So an opportunity here for the Yellow Jackets to get a pretty good field position to open the game here. With 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first quarter, the Yellow Jackets will have it on offense for the first time, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. And Bill mentioned Mario Carter. How about these numbers? Let's check these out for a second. 326 carries, 1,968 yards on the ground, and 32 touchdowns. That's not a bad year's work.
Not at all. He's averaging 6 yards a carry. Been a real workhorse for Irmo.
Barney the quarterback, Carter the tailback in the eye. Here on 1st and 10 from the left hash. Carter gets his first carry of the game, and he's tripped up right as he crosses the 35-yard line by the interior of the Gaffney line, and a nice job in there. And coming up to make the play was Brandon Bonner, a linebacker, 5'10", 185 pounds. The gain is just over the line of scrimmage, so we'll say a half-yard gain on it, call it second down, and I guess you can say 9 yards to go here for a first down. Ball right in the middle of the park on an absolutely picture-perfect day here for football. Bill, we were talking about that. You can't get any better weather than this.
Especially since it was kind of scary the last couple of days here with all the rain we had.
Barney hands Carter again. Carter cuts through. Carter on his feet across the 40, out to the 42-yard line. And boy, Bill, on that play, you saw some power out of it.
Well, and he tends to do this a lot. He'll put his head down and put it right into somebody's chest and get an extra 3 or 4 yards on a carry.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3 now for Irmo. Ball just inside the left hash at the 42-yard line. Irmo going towards the south end zone here at Williams-Brice Stadium on the campus of the University of South Carolina. First 3rd down attempt here for the Yellow Jackets, and it's going to be an option quarterback keep, and oh, he's not going to get it. Barney is going to be stopped short of the first down. And boy, there were a host of black uniforms in there. You can pick them out. It looked like one of the leading tacklers on that one was Johnny Woods, the defensive back for Gaffney, and it will bring up 4th down now and a yard. And I would say, Bill, this has got to be punting territory.
I would think so, yeah. Yari King's in. He's the punter for Irmo, also a defensive back. So they will be punting.
King will stand back at his own 28-yard line, and going back to receive the punt is Terry Barnes, the 5'10", 177-pound wide receiver. He's going to be back around his own 25-yard line. Good snap, no pressure, so King will get it away, and he kind of hit it off the side of his foot, and it will go out of bounds right around the 30-yard line, and so that will be, actually they're going to say it looks like the 31, and that's where Gaffney will go on offense for the second time in the game, 1st and 10. The Indians drove it 60 yards in about 12 plays for an opening touchdown here, a 2-yard run by Jeremiah Cochran. And Bill, I would think right now that Irmo needs to stop here and get the football back.
This will be a big test for them. We'll see how well they can adjust after Gaffney scored first.
Stephon Foster, the leading running back for the Indians, stands beside Long, gets the handoff, and Foster will go out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line, carrying tacklers with him along the way. Nice run that time. In on the play was Jeremy Berger, and also it looked like Wyatt Lau. I couldn't tell who that second man was. It looked like 84, 85 in for Gaffney on that play, or rather for Irmo on that play. So with 2:45 remaining in the first quarter and the clock running, it's a 2nd and 4 here now for Gaffney. Once again, Long will operate out of the shotgun, and he will drop, wants to throw. Long's going to go deep down the right side looking for Petty, and he stretches and could not hold on. Just off the fingertips out there of the outstanding wide receiver Tyson Petty. Petty this season with 65 receptions for 1,384 yards and 12 touchdowns. And boy, good pass and a near completion that time for the Indians.
And actually, Tyrone Drew had good coverage on that. He was right with him. That ball was laid out there just about perfectly by the quarterback for Gaffney.
Well, you mentioned Long being a big guy at 6'2", 225. He's got a rocket arm, too. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 now for the Indians. Let's see what Phil Strickland's club wants to call on this one. Of course, Strickland, one of the legendary coaches in South Carolina, took Batesburg-Leesville to a state title, and Gaffney has won their share down through the years. Single set back on 3rd and 4. Long's going to roll to his left, going to throw. He's got an open receiver at the 47-yard line. And making the catch this time for Gaffney, which will be enough for the first down, will be Blake Duffy, 5'8", 132-pounder. Edwards on the stop for Irmo. It'll be at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10 here for Gaffney. 2:10 to go first quarter, an early 6-0 lead for the Indians on the 2-yard run by Jeremiah Cochran for the touchdown. Double wideouts to the far side here, single to the near side. Duffy dropping back in the slot. Ball is going to be kept here by Long. Long had a little bit of a hole and then shut down real quick right at midfield by the Indians. And on the play that time was Jacob Olson, one of the linebackers, leading the way.
Well, Jim, that big quarterback for Gaffney, he's intimidating when you look at him coming right at you, I'm sure.
2nd down and 6 yards to go. Strong side right as Long drops again. Going to go over the middle, wide open at the 45-yard line, and all the way down to the 30-yard line will be Barnes, and that'll be another first down for Gaffney. And I want to correct something I've said. We've been calling Duffy, but it really is the tight end, Richard Good, who's made a couple of those tackles. 93 instead of 83. Well, that'll be enough for a first down here for Gaffney. Ball at the 32-yard line of Irmo. Well, this passing attack is pretty impressive.
He's very accurate, Jim. We'll have to see how Irmo plays going inside the 30 here.
Double wide outs, right side long, short drop this time, 3 steps. Pass will be completed to the 25-yard line to the near side of the field. Will not be enough for the first down. And making the reception that time is Mark Tate, 5'8", 169-pounder. He has 27 receptions this year for 469 yards and 3 touchdowns. So it'll be a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. The ball on the left hash at the 25-yard line. Tyson and Barnes again out to the right side. Barnes in the slot. Single setback. Good moving, in motion, and the pitch this time is to Foster, and Foster will not get very far. He'll get to the 25 right in the center of the park, and that's about it. Will not be enough for the first down, so it'll bring up 3rd down coming up here for Gaffney. Clock running down, winding down, and we have come to the end of the first quarter. Let's see if they stop it here. Yeah, there they go. Now they saw it. The end of quarter number 1 here in the 4A Division I state championship game. It has been all Gaffney so far. The Indians with a 6-0 lead here over the Irmo Yellow Jackets. Don't go away. We're coming right back. Welcome back to Williams-Brice Stadium here on the campus of the University of South Carolina. Second quarter underway. Now the Indians going left to right towards the south end zone. Ball is going to be handed off to Foster. He's got some room. He's going to go to the 10, to the 5, and touchdown.
Well, he had an opening there and just tore through.
31 yards on the run. And now it makes it 12-0 in favor of Gaffney. And Bill, it looked like he might have been held up just briefly there at the line of scrimmage. I thought that Irmo was going to make a play on it, but just didn't happen.
And they may go for 2 here, Jim, since they didn't get the extra point on the first one.
And indeed they will, to try to get it to 14. Tate lining up this side beside Long. Doesn't matter. Long just throws it complete. Petty in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And that will make it 14-0 now in favor of Gaffney. Only 8 seconds in to the second quarter. A 31-yard run by Foster for a touchdown, and Petty on the 2-point conversion. And right now the Indians out of Gaffney dominating this game. In fact, Irmo with only 1 possession so far. And boy, Bill, right now looks like the Yellow Jackets got to get moving a little.
Now, this is just the situation they didn't want to find themselves in, Jim. Down by 2 touchdowns, and so far the offense really hasn't seemed to have much effect on the field. We'll see how they do after this kickoff.
8 seconds into the second quarter, it is 14-0, and kicking off here will be Drew Howard. And we are underway, and this one is a little better. It's going to be fielded at the 15-yard line by Grayson Hudson, and Hudson's not going very far, only back out to about the 25, and that's where the Yellow Jackets will go on offense here for the second time in the game. 1st and 10. 11:44 remaining here in the first half. It's 14-0 in favor of Gaffney. The Indians since 1981 has had 5 4A state championships and 6 runner-up finishes. And Bill, that's pretty impressive.
Well, I think Gaffney for years, they have a real tradition. Their whole town seems to get into their games, and They really are a football town. So.
Carter battling for tough yardage over right tackle. Is going to get maybe 1 or 2 here out to the 27-yard line. That'll be about it. Stacked up by the left side of the Indians line. Give him a gain of 2 on it. Call it 2nd down and 8. The ball at the 27-yard line. And boy, when you got a running attack and you're down, makes it tough.
It does. I tell you, I will say, though, that Irmo's coaches throughout the season have been very good at adjusting the situations. We'll see how they are able to adjust to what Gaffney's been throwing at them.
Good hole that time up the middle for Carter, and Carter will get it out close to first down territory, out to around the 33. Looks like they have to go to about the 35-yard line, so it'll bring up 3rd and short here. 3rd down and 2 yards to go with the ball just inside the right hash mark. And now I think I'm going to jinx myself a little bit here, Bill. I'm going to say we haven't had a penalty yet.
We haven't.
This probably means we'll get one on this play.
We did have a kick out of bounds.
No, that's true. That's true. Okay. Carter trying to get the first down. Is not going to get it. He's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And now a big decision here for the Yellow Jackets. And I would think, Bill, they got to punt, right?
They're
going to have to punt it away. It's going to be 4th and 2. And the punting unit will come on here. Yari King will come back into the game again. So on a key 3rd down play here, Carter unable to get the first down. Barnes will drop back at around his own 40-yard line to get King's punt. King punting toward the north end zone here. Will stand back at about his own 18. Good snap. Token pressure. Ran to the right and then got it off, and they're just going to let it hit. Oh, what a great roll. What a great roll for the Yellow Jackets. That thing is going all the way down to the 13-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 20, I believe the 25, so let's say 60 yards?
Yeah, 60 yards.
Geez, 60-yard punt. And, you know, Bill, field position very critical in a football game, and that can kind of turn the field position around a little bit.
Yeah, that little running punt that Yari uses, sometimes if you get the right roll, you can pick up a lot of yards on it.
So the Indians will go on offense for the 3rd time, but all the way back at their own 13. They've had much better starting position so far. They started at the 40 and started at the 31. Now they're all the way back to their own 13. Let's see what Malcolm Long and company want to do this time. Coming out as the tailback will be Anthony Tate. He will line up just to the left of Long here, who will stand in shotgun formation, and the ball will be handed off to Tate. Little hole, and almost broke through on that left side. He got it to the 20-yard line before finally being taken down by Chipper Peterson.
Yeah, Chipper got to the outside pretty quickly that time, but he was all by himself. If he hadn't stopped him, I think
that'd been a run,
might have
wouldn't
been
it?
a big gain right there.
As it was a 9-yard pickup out to just shy of the 22-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and short, 2nd and a yard, with 9:20 remaining here in the first half, and Gaffney leading at 14-0. Same offensive formation, double wide out to the near side, lower part of your screen. Handoff again this time for Tate. Now we got our first hanky on the field.
Yeah, I think we got a hole down there, Jim. Looked like it to me.
And Tyus, the ball carrier. And we'll check then. It looks like it will be a hold against the Indians here. So that will come back and make the field position even worse this time for Gaffney. However, even with bad field position, when you have a quarterback who can throw the ball, that can be negated pretty fast.
Well, he's a double threat. He can throw it and he can run it too.
So the ball comes all the way back to the 10-yard line. 2nd down again, only this time 2nd and 12 following the 10-yard penalty. This time Barnes and Petty come out to the near side. Petty lines up in the slot just at the bottom of your screen there. Blitz this time, Long though, saw it, going to pick it up, go this to Barnes to the 15. Barnes will not get much further than that. Held up initially there by Yari King, and finally taken down in there by Kamaine Edwards, the cornerback. Senior 6 foot, 190 pounds. A gain of 8, it'll be 3rd and 5.
You know, this is where I think Irmo is so cautious about letting Gaffney get the big play. They're letting him have those little short out routes. They're picking up yardage on that. If you can pick people apart with that, you can keep picking up first downs.
Boy, and you can also keep the football for a long time.
That's
making
right.
those short gains.
Yeah, this is a big play right here for Irmo.
Double wideouts both sides here for on 3rd and 5 from the 18-yard line. Long on a straight drop. Got time, looking far side, it's overthrown, incomplete. and that will bring up 4th down, and for the first time in the game, the Indians will have to punt.
Actually, he was open. I'll tell you, a good pass. They would have picked up another 1st down there, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, Mark Tate, as you see there, he coming off. He had a chance, but ball was thrown over his head a little bit. Tate's only 5'8", so he needed to get that one down a little bit. So let's see if this can help the Yellow Jackets here on 4th down. Punt coming up from the 5-yard line. Doug kicking it away here. And a fair catch called for at the 43.
That was actually Leander Barney
who caught it. That's
that
right. Yeah,
punt.
sure was.
He's the quarterback, and he also receives punts.
So Barney does fair catch it, but great field position this time for the Yellow Jackets. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line with 8:01 to go in the first half. And Gaffney leading it by the score of 14-0. A 2-yard first quarter touchdown run by Cochran and a 31-yard scamper by Foster to open the second quarter. Shotgun formation for Barney. Ball is handed off far right side, and with the hole over there and some room and a 1st down, the first down of the game will be Mustafa Green, the 6-foot, 185-pound freshman. Bill, that was a nice play.
That was a pure timing play on that in-motion route. That's very difficult to get your timing just perfect for that.
So the first down of the game, and there is the playoff record. That's how Irmo got here, and you can see 69 points against Rock Hill. Man.
I think Irmo caught Rock Hill kind of flat that night, but they did play well.
And a tough one against Dutch Fork to get here, winning by 4. Man in motion again. This time they fake it. Quarterback's going to keep. Flag on the play. Barney will only get a couple of yards this time. And we'll have to check out and see what the flag is here. Could be motion. But we will wait and see what the call is. 7:26 remaining here in the first half. Irmo with the football, good field position to start, and there it was. A little bit of motion, and it's declined, interestingly enough. So the gain was a yard. It'll be by Barney. It'll be 2nd down and 9 yards to go.
That's odd they would decline that, but.
Yeah, I thought so too. Well, here's how Gaffney got here, and you can see a 9-point win over Stafford and a real tough win against Burns. You talked about that. Anybody beats Burns has got to be good.
At one point, Burns was ranked 3rd in the country by USA Today.
Barney hands off Carter. Boy, they're all over Carter. Penetration inside, and Carter's going to be dropped for a loss. Leading the way was LeVar Ross, 6'2", 265-pounder. And Carter will come all the way back to his 45-yard line. Boy, you know, Bill, it's got to be tough wearing the bullseye on your back.
Well, and they are keying on Mario. Makes that decline on that penalty look smart now, doesn't it?
Sure does. The loss was 3. So it'll be 3rd and 11 from the 45-yard line with 6:35 to go in the first quarter. So rather first half, rather. Gaffney leading 14-0 and a big 3rd down here for the Yellow Jackets. Barney, the left-hander, wants to crank it. Going to go over the middle, and he's going to be intercepted down there. Intercepted by Kendrick Tate. Tate's going to go up the left side and going to be run down at the 30, and another flag comes in here.
I think we've got a block in the back, Jim,
yeah, I would
but
think
I'm not
so.
sure.
I would think so. That's normally where those things take place. So the pass, though, and I believe that's the first one that Barney has thrown today, picked off by the deep safety, Kendrick Tate, the 5'11", 165-pounder. A hold on the return, I'm assuming here, will be against the Indians.
That's going to really push it back, too, because from the 19, that'll move them back half the distance.
So they'll probably line up inside the 10-yard line to start this possession. But the Yellow Jackets unable to make anything happen offensively after getting excellent field position. And that 60-yard punt by King has really turned the field position around here, but that time, Bill, the Yellow Jackets unable to take advantage of it.
Well, they play in a field position game with them. If they can hold them here, Irmo can get right back in it. There's still plenty of time left in the second quarter.
This is the 4th possession of the game for Gaffney, and those possessions keep getting further back all the time. The last one started at the 11. This one's inside the 10, back at the 9. No running backs for long. Guess what he's probably going to do? But now we got a timeout called here momentarily. Let's see. And Irmo will call the timeout with 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go. We'll keep it here. We get a chance to watch here as Barney's pass, and you could see, you know, it looked to me, Bill, like he really threw it into traffic.
Well, I think the pass was well thrown, but there were just too many defenders around the ball. That was a dangerous pass to throw in a way, but, you know, sometimes you end up looking like a genius. Sometimes you end up being a goat.
Well,
that time didn't look good.
It looked like he was going for Myron Rogers, a tight end on that play, and he, as you said, he was surrounded.
Yeah, Myron's been our big play guy this year. He's made several nice catches. He's a big, tall kid. He's played well for Irmo.
6'4", 194-pound senior. So Gaffney will get it here at the 10-yard line, they're officially going to say, with 6:15 remaining in the first half, and the Indians owning a 14-0 lead here in the 4A Division I state championship game from Williams-Brice Stadium on the campus of the University of South Carolina. Trips to the near side now for Long here on first down. And he's just going to keep the football. Finds a little hole, but not much. Boy, the Yellow Jackets close that up in a hurry. Long will get out to about the 13-yard line. And one guy I saw getting up again was Jacob Olson making a play in there, but there were a lot of white jerseys in on that one.
That's difficult to defend, though, with 3 men out, split out like that. It's hard to tell what anybody's going to do. I think they picked up that real well, to tell you the truth.
So a gain of, they're going to say 4 officially to the 14. Once again, the trips this time go to the far side, top of your screen. And Long once again with the empty backfield on 2nd down and 6, and it looks like he's changing a play here. Short drop wants to go to the near side to Petty. Petty to the 20, breaks one tackle to the 30, still on his feet down the sideline, and finally run out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Knocking him out there was Jeremy Berger, but what a nice run that time by Petty, but not great tackling at all that time by Irmo.
No, he got bumped and tiptoed another 5 yards down the sideline that he shouldn't have gotten.
So that will get the Indians out from the shadow of their own goalpost. They'll bring it out to the 41-yard line at the right hash, and it'll be 1st and 10 now for Gaffney. So along with a little bit of maneuverability here, double wideouts to the left side. Mark Tate out there along with Cochran. Cochran in the slot, and Long drops. Long going to look long down the right side for Petty. Petty's there's got it. 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Well, that's the big play Irmo was scared of, and that time Gaffney had no problem completing the pass.
Well, Long looked to his left because that's where he had the double wideouts. He had Petty down the right side. And you knew as soon as he looked left, he froze everybody, and then he had Petty wide open down that right sideline. It was a 59-yard touchdown pass from Malcolm Long to Tyson Petty. Point after coming up here. Long holds, kick is up, and this time the kick is no good. Missed it again wide.
Yeah, they seem to have problems getting that ball planted down there for the kicker. Not sure what's going on, Jim. But
yeah, Jonathan Motts missed it again, and you could see the dirt. You could see that time he kicked up the dirt. But that's about the only mistakes the Indians have made so far as they lead this thing 20-0 now with 5:15 remaining here in the first half. And Bill, I know that a running attack makes it difficult to come back, but the one thing it looks like the Yellow Jackets really have to do, they just have to get some time of possession here.
They do.
Hold on to the football a little bit, even if they ran it down for the final 5 minutes here and a half and go in down by 2, that's not too bad.
You're right, Jim. If they could possibly score here before the half and go in there 13-14 down, that would really give them a big boost since they get the kickoff to start the second half.
Drew Howard will kick it off here for the Indians. And his kick is long, and it's going to go down. Barney is going to let it go in the end zone, and that's where it's going to wind up. And it will be a touchback and a first down coming up here for Irmo with 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the first half. Well, Bill, if the Yellow Jackets want to throw, can they?
Well, Leander can throw, yes. He's a good quarterback. He's got a good arm. He is left-handed. And he'll do most of his throwing from a rollout. That kind of combines his option capabilities along with his arm.
I formation, Carter the tailback again. Barney up behind center. Finds Carter. Carter finds a little hole, spins to his right and goes out to about the 24-yard line before finally being shut down. So it'll be a gain of 4 here for Mario Carter. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 as we go under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. All Gaffney so far here in the game, a 20-0 lead for the Indians in the 4A Division I state championship game.
I wouldn't look for Irmo to do anything wild here, Jim. They're going to play it pretty close to the vest, I would think.
Same formation. Barney keeps, steps up, not going to throw, and not going to go very far either. In fact, he probably lost a yard on the play, getting close to that line of scrimmage before finally being driven back there. Mark Tate leading the way for Gaffney.
He actually had a receiver open downfield. If he had seen him, I think we might have had a big play on Irmo's part.
Hawkins also in on the tackle that time for Gaffney, the 6'1", 219-pound linebacker. So that'll bring up 3rd and a short 5, or long 5, short 6, and a timeout called here by Irmo with 4 minutes and 6 seconds to go here in the first half. It is 20-0 in favor of Gaffney. Don't go away. We're coming right back. Third down, big play, handoff inside, or Barney rather going to keep it out to the 28-yard line. He's not going to get it. And so it's going to bring up 4th down here for the Yellow Jackets, and now it's they're going to have to punt it away again. I guess it's too early to make those kind of decisions. I keep saying let's do something here, but Bob Hannon knows it's too early.
Well, Jim, they're too close to their own goal line, and I'll tell you, this is a very dangerous situation for Irmo to be in. Gaffney, with more than 3 minutes to go, is going to get the ball back. So
winds up being 4th and 3, and Yari King's going to stand back at his own 12. He needs another 60-yarder here. Good run. This time they saw that, came in, but he still smacked it far. It's going to go out of bounds, but it's all the way down around the 38-yard line. That's still a pretty good punt. That is, according to my quick math here, about 42 yards on the punt, and that thing got no roll because it went out of bounds. So King has really done a good job punting the ball today.
He has. He got a spiral off of that punt. The problem was it went out of bounds, and I think if he'd have kicked it,
if that's in,
right,
it's going to roll
right
20 more, right?
Yeah,
it sure would. Well, here comes Gaffney again. And Long will bring him out in a hurry. He's going to send out Emerson Hughes and Mark Tate to the near side. Doubles to the wide as well. Here's Long. Wants to throw out of the backfield. No, incomplete. Pass is incomplete. Good pressure that time by Chipper Peterson, who was all over the quarterback.
Yeah, and this receiver out here just got his feet tangled up a little bit too. I think otherwise he might have caught it for a 3-yard gain.
So no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. The ball at the 42 on the left hash, which for us is the far side here at Williams-Brice Stadium on the campus of the University of South Carolina. 3:16 remaining first half. Indians with the ball. They'll send trips to the near side. Single wide out to the far side. And Long, inside handoff, little hole, not a little, a big hole. 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, and out of bounds all the way down around the 5-yard line, short of the touchdown. Is Anthony Tyus, I believe.
They're going to mark him back at the 8, Jim.
Going to mark him at the 8. Let's see if that was Tyus or Tate. Hard to tell. Looks like it might have been Mark Tate, the ball carrier. But boy, what a terrific run. And that looked like a pass play coming up, Bill, and it did not materialize that way.
Yeah, they had 3 split out wide to the right. It really did look like a pass coming up.
1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Man in motion is Tate. Long keeps the football, and he's not going to get much, maybe a yard or 2 down to the 6. We get a chance to watch this terrific runner. You can see that fake on their handoff inside, and the ball carrier was Tyus. I was right the first time, and Tyus takes it all the way down the sidelines to the 8-yard line. So a terrific run, and now it's 2nd and goal here for the Indians.
I'm sure Irmo's defense is just about worn out by now, Jim. They're going to need halftime just to catch their breath.
2:30 to go in the first half, so obviously a lot of time remaining. Ball on the left hash mark on 2nd and goal here for the Indians. I formation this time, and a whistle flag, and that's probably too much time. So that'll cost Gaffney 5 yards. Took a little too much time to get the play going here, so they'll march it back to the 11, make it actually just, it looks like just outside the 10. So it's second and goal. They're saying the official spot is the 11, but it looks like the nose of the ball sitting closer to the 10. I formation again here for the Indians. Strong side right. Run fake, long keeps. Corner, Petty, incomplete.
Oh.
Great breakup in the end zone that time by Yari King for Irmo. Terrific play.
Great defense. He stuck his hand out at the last second, knocked that ball out.
Boy, Petty was right there again for the Indians, and the pass was, I would say, Bill, that pass was perfectly thrown. That was just a great defensive play.
You know, these Gaffney kids are running some great routes, too. Obviously, good receivers, good quarterback. Irmo's defensive backs have their work cut out for them.
So the ball remains around the 10-yard line.
We got a flag here,
Oh,
Jim.
we do have a flag.
And it's on Irmo.
It's going to go on Irmo down to the 5-yard line, where it's going to remain second down and still goal to go. Just
Not sure what
outside
that
the
was.
5. I didn't see the flag either,
Must
to
have
tell
been
you the truth.
offsides.
So it's second and goal from just outside the 5-yard line here with 2:10 to go in the half. Power backfield inside handoff, and not much doing that time for Anthony Tyus. He got him maybe a yard or two, and that's all. The center of that Yellow Jacket line stacked him up.
Well, if they do come down to a fourth down play, I would think that Gaffney will go for it. Obviously, with the lack of success they've had with point after attempts, Jim.
Cody Phillips among the tacklers that time for Irmo. So it will be third and goal just inside the 5. We'll call it the 4-yard line. Double wide outs to the near side. Lone setback for Long. Fakes, wants to throw. Over the middle, touchdown. And let's see, I believe is there a flag? I
think we've got a flag on the play.
I think we do too. Again, they're not throwing those flags in real good position here. Now they got an injured Irmo player as well. And we'll have to check all this stuff out. It was a touchdown, but let's see if it counts. I have to check and see the injured player here. You can see him on the ground. It looks like.
Looks like Chipper Peterson.
Really?
I'm not sure. Yes, it is.
Okay, it's Peterson. There he is. Now he's up. And he's going to run off under his own power.
Must not have been a flag, Jim.
Nope, must not. So the touchdown counts here for Gaffney. And it looks like once again the Indians will go for 2. Long drops, flag, throws, and it's complete, but let's see if it counts. It looked like it went to Good, the tight end, for the 2 points, but let's see.
I think they're going to bring this one back.
Yep, and it looks like they're going to have to redo this one. Well, that'll bring it back 10 yards. We'll get a chance to see the touchdown play here from Long. Going to the far side into the end zone there. You see that's Good, the tight end. It looks like it is making the touchdown reception there for Gaffney. But now it looks like the 2 will come from the 16-yard line. And no question, Long will throw if he can. He just tosses it out, and he's not going to go anywhere, and it's going to be incomplete. So officially the pass will fail, and with 1:29 to go here in the first half, Gaffney with a commanding 26-0 lead here against Irmo. Boy, this is a long way back, Bill.
It is, Jim. I'll tell you, that last play will show you how strong Long is as a quarterback. He had somebody draped all over him. he stood there and still threw the ball.
That was a 4-yard touchdown pass.
So the official, they say officially a 4-yard touchdown pass to Good from Long, who was now tossed to here, as well as completing 1 2-point conversion. So with 1:29 left, the Yellow Jackets will get the ball, and of course the Yellow Jackets will get it again to start the third quarter. So let's see what they can do with it here. The kickoff coming this time by Motts, and it would be picked up by Barney around his own 9-yard line. Levander Barney spinning, not going far, only out to about the 18-yard line. So Gaffney all over him right now.
That would make me nervous if I were the coach and I saw my quarterback out there spinning like that on a kickoff return.
Ball at the 18-yard line on the left hash, the near side of the field here. Levander Barney will bring his club out. Long way back now for Irmo. Irmo runner-up to Burns in 2004 and Rock Hill in 2002. Right now they're looking at that same fate here this afternoon unless something happens in a hurry, and Carter will be tripped up right away. Terrific play in there by J.B. Shippey. Shippey, one of the leading tacklers for this Gaffney team this season with 115 solo tackles, 83 assists, 24 for losses. This guy has been everywhere. So the ball back at the 18-yard line. Barney the ball carrier. I think I said Carter. 15 instead of 5. Actually, they're going to spot it at the 19, it looks like here. So with 1:14 to go, they'll give him a yard. Call it 2nd down and 9. Irmo needs a big play. Let's see if Barney decides to go to the air. He's going to line up in the gun. He's got single wideouts both sides here. A little bit of a high snap, but he's got some time. Across the middle, pass complete out to about the 35-yard line.
There's that arm I was talking about.
And that's Neil Strange, the tight end, with his first reception out to the 31. So with 1:07 to go, here a first down for the Yellow Jackets. Clock will run. And Irmo will need to get the play off here quickly as we go inside a minute to go here in the first half. Wideouts again to both sides, and Barney will line up behind center this time. On first down, fakes the handoff, drops back, wants to throw. Going deep's got a man. Got a man. It's going to be caught out there by Irmo down to the 30-yard line. And with the pass is Mustafa Green, the freshman, and a fumble.
He fumbled.
And it's going to belong to Gaffney. So the first long pass of the game that is completed, and Gaffney comes up with a football. Boy, it looked like that time maybe the Yellow Jackets could get something on here, but Arriaga looked like the fumble recoverer that time for Gaffney with 36 seconds to go in the half.
And Jim, I think he was just trying a little too hard to get a couple of extra yards there.
Nice play by Green on that one, certainly, and boy, a good route. And Barney had him in sight. You know, it looked, though, Bill, like the pass held up a little bit. Looked like Green had to wait on it just momentarily. And it gave Gaffney a chance to get down there and make a play.
Yeah, he was good 3-4 yards behind the defenders. If that ball had been laid out there, this might have been 6 for Irmo.
Then we get a chance to see it right here. You can see the long pass down there. It's complete, and he did have to wait on it. And just battling for that extra yards, it looked like the fumble was caused on the play by Shane Phillips. And now with 24 seconds to go, Gaffney with the football gained a yard on that last play while we were in replay.
I think we've got an injured player
Yeah, we do have an injured player on the field. So the injured player, it looked like, for Irmo, I believe, was James Geiger, who's played very well here. He's on the ground right now, and they're tending to him out there.
Yeah, let's hope James isn't hurt too bad. He's been a real solid performer for Irmo all season, Jim.
20 seconds remaining in the first half, and you would think maybe Gaffney would just run the clock out, but with Long's arm, they may try to go up top for Petty, see if they can get another one here before intermission. A timeout on the field. We'll check the injured player when we return. Long going up top on the attempted pass here following the injury timeout as Geiger was able to walk off the field, and it was incomplete, the pass, so that will bring up third down here with 11 seconds remaining until intermission and a 26-0 lead by Gaffney here. 3 second quarter touchdowns have really opened this thing up, and Long looked like he wanted more here on the next, what may be the next to last play of the half. We'll see if this one in fact is. Long will line up in the shotgun again. Long will throw. It's going to be to Petty. Inside, Petty 35, 40, could be trouble. Midfield, Petty dragged down to the 40-yard line as the half comes to an end here. A good tackle that time, it looked like, by Ricky Nichols, but that will do it. And what a half for the Indians out of Gaffney. A touchdown in the first quarter, 3 more in the second, and the Indians with a commanding 26-0 lead as both teams head to the locker room for the intermission. We will step aside and we'll come back with some stats and third quarter action right after this. Welcome back to Williams-Brice Stadium. There's our halftime score. Good look at the crowd here today. An excellent crowd for the 4A Division I state championship game, dominated right now by those Indians from Gaffney. As you can see, that 4-touchdown lead here over the Yellow Jackets out of Irmo. I'm Jim Henderson along with Bill Beckham. We'll take a look at some halftime stats. And boy, Bill, take a look at that. 326 total yards, 11 first downs, 205 passing yards, and I guess for Irmo, those 2 turnovers didn't help matters either.
No, they didn't. I think the only thing Gaffney hasn't been able to do is kick an extra point.
That's
Other
for
than that,
sure.
they've been successful at everything else they've tried. But we'll see how the second half goes. Bob Hanna and his coaching staff are real good at motivating, turning things around. This will be a big test for them.
Well, if you're Bob Hanna, what do you tell your team in the locker room at the half?
Well, I don't think you do anything radical. Knowing Bob, he's a real steady hand at the wheel anyway. But I think you make some adjustments. They're going to have to make some big adjustments on defense, and they might have to go back to the drawing board on some of the offense that they've been running. So we'll see.
Well, the Yellow Jackets will get the ball first to start the second half. Jonathan Motts will kick it off here for Gaffney. We'll kick it towards the north end zone, and our second half is underway, and it'll be Leander Barney from his own 10-yard line, and the quarterback out across the 20 to about the 23-yard line, and that is where the Yellow Jackets will go on offense, 1st and 10 here to start quarter number 3. And Bill, I would think it would certainly be to Irmo's advantage to put together some sort of drive here coming out of the gates to start the second half.
Well, I think they really do need to set a tone, Jim, coming here, first drive, third quarter, and we'll just see what changes they've made at halftime.
Now, Carter held to only 18 yards and 8 carries here in the first half by that tenacious defense for Gaffney. And it will be an inside handoff for the fullback and a fumble, and let's see who's got that one. And it looks like Gaffney's going to get the football here, but let's wait and see. They're unpiling. And Gaffney will indeed have the ball. A fumble to start the second half, and I couldn't tell who carried the ball that time for Irmo. It was not Carter.
No, that was Wesley Coleman in at running back, and Wesley is pretty steady carrying the ball usually. I haven't seen him fumble this year, but somebody just ripped it loose, and Gaffney ended up with it.
Well, and you see Gaffney along the sidelines. They're delighted here to get great field position to start the third quarter. First offensive play, a fumble by Coleman, recovered by the Indians. The ball will be right at the 25-yard line inside the right hash mark. And Malcolm Long and company will come out and do some dealing again here for Gaffney. Long fakes, wants to throw. Pass out to the right side, complete, and down the right sideline, and finally out is good, the big tight end. And that will be enough, it looks like, for a first down. We'll wait and see where they actually spot the ball.
I think they're about a yard past where they needed to be, Jim.
Yep. Looks like right at the 14-yard line. So the long good connection, which yielded one touchdown in the first half, will get one going here.
You know, he steps back in that pocket. He's not afraid to let somebody hit him before he gets rid of the ball.
No, he did. He stood in well. You're very right about that. First 10. Ball handed off, inside handoff this time for Cochran, and Cochran will go inside the 15-yard line and down to about the 13. We'll get a chance to see the fumble here. And you're right, that was Coleman on the inside handoff, and boy, was he thumped down. Making the initial hit was Grayson Gentry, the 238-pound lineman, and boy, that was just a scramble for the ball inside, and a great recovery that time by Gaffney. It looked like Dawkins was on it, also Johnny Woods in there. Well, here we go now, 2nd down and 6 from the 10-yard line. Long will hand off again. Cochran will be hit hard, bounces forward, past inside the 5, and the question is whether he got the first down. I don't think he quite got it.
I think he's about a half yard short.
Yeah, he's
Jim.
close. It's close. It looked like leading the way for Irmo that time was Quamaine Edwards, a corner, coming up. And it looks like, let's see if they measure here. I don't think so. They're going to say about a half yard shy. And 3rd down and that half yard to go inside the 5-yard line. Ball over here on the near side as Long brings his club out. Cochran still remains the tailback behind him. Long keeps it, and I think he's got it, but it's really hard to tell. He got stacked up pretty quick.
It up. I think he's down almost to the he's inside the 3-yard line.
Yeah, his body's enough to just lean forward and get that. So stopped by Cody Phillips, but it looks like the first down will be here, 1st and goal now for the Indians. You're right, he did get just right around the 3-yard line here. And so Long getting the play from the sidelines. Let's see if he winds up keeping it on the ground. Cochran's going to line up beside him here. Double wideouts to the far side, but they're both really in the slot. Long just going to keep it this time, and Long goes in for a touchdown.
Well, you couldn't ask for anything that would paint a bleaker picture for Irmo at this point, Jim. Come back out and fumble that first play, second half. Really going to take something to turn it around for him.
3-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Malcolm Long, who's thrown for 2 now and run for 1. And in to try the point after here will be Drew Howard. They're going to try somebody different. Howard will line it up and miss it wide left. I tell you what, if it was a kicking game, they wouldn't win, but everything else looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're consistent, though, in their kicking game. I'll say that.
So the kick fails here with and even 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, but it is 32-0 in favor of Gaffney here over Irmo, and a long, long way back for the Yellow Jackets. And Bill, I would think right now the Yellow Jackets just want to try to keep playing hard, try to do the best that they can, but that is a huge, huge lead to overcome.
Well, Bob Hanna and his coaching staff will not let these young men give up. I know they'll play hard the rest of this game. It's going to be an uphill battle, but they're a very positive coaching staff. They do a great job with these kids. We'll see what happens.
Motts will kick it off here. That's how he started the second half, and that fumble, as Bill mentioned, was really critical. To the far side around the 15-yard line, it looked like it's Green over there, the young freshman, and he had swarmed under right around the 20-yard line. Boy, he could not get out there at all, and so not great field position for the Yellow Jackets to start the second half.
Well, starting from their 21, we'll have to see how they can make things happen here.
Second possession for the Yellow Jackets of the second half. And again, this is a ball control team, likes to run the football, and have not had much success doing that today. Did not quite have 100 yards of offense in the first half. And Bill, I would think that's pretty rare for them.
That is. It's pretty rare not to have Mario Carter alone getting substantial yardage in a game. So
Carter firing through there, hit first by Shippey. Will get a couple of yards and not much more than that. Stacked up again by the center of that line for Gaffney, and these guys just are all over the place here. Leading the way, Jeffrey Brown making a play in there for Gaffney. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 now coming up with 9:29 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. I formation. Stepping up, got to run. And Barney will get out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line.
Barney's got good mobility at quarterback, Jim.
And we want to say thanks to our friends from the Wingate Inn, the official hotel here. And there's our phone number. If you want to stay in Irmo, you can't do better than that. 803-407-6166. Thank you to them for being the official hotel for our crew. Big third down. 3rd and 4 coming up. In the gun, Barney. Keeps, steps up. Barney gets out across the 30, and if the spot's
he's going to end
good,
up short, I think,
you
Jim.
think? I was going to say if the spot's good, it's a first down, but we'll see. Nope, they're going to spot it at the 30, so 4th down. Now do you go for it?
I still don't think you go for it.
Okay, we'll see.
This is why I'm up here and not down there on the field.
And this is the fun part where we can sit up here and second guess a little bit.
Maybe at 32-0 you go for it.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they want to do here on the 30-yard line, and that gets the crowd excited here at Williams-Brice Stadium. Big play now. Irmo needs a first down, no question about that. Carter's going to be the tailback directly behind Barney. Coleman's with him. Carter's got it. He's not going to get it. I don't know. No. Carter's not going to get it. It's going to be first down for Gaffney. Stacked up in the middle there, and it looked like leading the way for Gaffney was Joel Arriaga, the big defensive lineman. But he should not have the first down unless he gets a real favorable spot. Now they're looking at it here. I didn't think he got that far forward, did you?
I didn't either. I didn't even think he got to the 30, but I couldn't see the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, me either. Well, they're going to measure it just to check, and you can watch it. That's good look at the crowd here, and they're wondering, too, whether that first down was made here. They're going to stretch it out. No, they did not. It's going to be Gaffney ball. Probably about a half a yard, maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, because it looked like Carter just hit that hole. It closed up, and he went down fast. So the ball's going to be at the 30-yard line now for the Indians. At the left hash mark here with 7:42 to go in the third quarter, and a 32-0 lead for Gaffney. They're going to send Tyson Petty out wide right. Long will come out, and his tailback this time will be Foster, who ran one in from 25 in the first half. This time Long lines up over center. Foster the lone tailback. Foster's going to get the ball. 30-25. Still on his feet and down around the 20-yard line.
Got a first down, Jim.
And that will be another first down, as Bill mentioned. Foster, 5'8", 188-pounder.
Win or lose, these kids from Irmo shouldn't get too down on themselves. They've really had a terrific season this year and played great football. This is just one of those days when it's just not clicking for them.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Man in motion is Tate. Foster gets it again, and Foster driving forward to the 15. It just looks like on different possessions they use different tailbacks. They use Cochran to start. Now it's Foster. Both have scored today. Foster this year was the leading ground gainer for the Indians with 603 yards and 139 carries and 9 touchdowns. But Cochran had 14 scores to go with 600. Actually, I guess you have to say Cochran was a little better, 674 yards and 14 touchdowns. But this is a pretty good 1-2 punch, and that's just the runners. This is a throwing team.
And actually, Cochran did not have that big a first half yardage-wise.
Nope, sure did not. Yeah, Cochran with 7 yards on 5 carries. Well, here goes Foster again, and he's going to get inside the 10 down to around the 8-yard line.
I think that'll give him another first down, Jim.
Ricky Nichols leading the tacklers there for the Yellow Jackets, and it will be 1st and goal now from the 8. And right now it looks like Gaffney content to keep the football on the ground here. They got it at the 31 on a missed 4th down conversion attempt by the Yellow Jackets. Tyson's going to go out to the right now. Once again, Long lines up behind center. And Tyson Petty's going to go in motion. And it's going to be a reverse to Petty going back the other way. Petty's going to try to go outside, and he's going to run into some trouble over there. He's going to be stuffed back around the 11-yard line. And boy, great read that time by the Yellow Jackets. They'd seen that one on film. That's what it looked like.
Cormaine Edwards really had him pinned there, and he held his ground well, too. He didn't let him fake him out too much. So good defense by Irmo.
So it'll be a loss of about 3. It'll come back to the 11-yard line where it'll now be 2nd and goal for the Indians. 5:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Gaffney leading at 32-0 in the 4A Division I state championship game. Foster remains the tailback. Wideouts to both sides for Long. Handoff, right side, big hole, down inside the 5. Down near the 4-yard line goes Foster. And boy, it just looked like they just sealed off that left side of the Yellow Jackets defensive line. And Foster made a nice gain. They're going to actually spot the ball at the 5.
Hey, this Gaffney team really has a lot of tools in the toolbox, don't they?
Sure do. Good running attack and obvious passing attack that they've shown, not only today, but throughout the season. Well, big play, 3rd and goal from the 5. Long again staying out of the shotgun, lining up behind center with Foster. Oh, and that's either going to be a fade to the end zone, touchdown. A fade to the left corner of the end zone, and it's a touchdown for Gaffney.
Well, that was a pure timing play, and that ball could not have been thrown better.
The receiver out there was Rodney Love, and that is his first reception of the day, and it goes for a touchdown from 5 yards away. And now let's see if Gaffney can get the extra point right. Snap, spot, kick, no.
I think the only suspense left in this game for Gaffney is whether or not they can make an extra point.
So Love will get the 5-yard touchdown pass from Long, who throws his 3rd TD of the game. And you know what? They have now 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 6 touchdowns. They're 0 for 6. No, they're 1 for 6. They scored 1 2-point conversion.
That's right.
But I don't get that. Do you?
Well, they had another 2-point conversion, and it got called back on a penalty.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So the miss that time, and they've tried everybody. Well, not everybody, but they've tried some. Drew Howard missed that one. Motts has tried a couple. It just has not clicked. But again, that's all that hasn't clicked for this Gaffney team. A 38-0 score here, and we'll get a chance to watch the touchdown. And watch the great timing here by Long. Just steps back, freezes everybody, corner, go get it, Mr. Love, and he does for the 6 points. The Yellow Jackets going to get the ball, and that's a nice catch. Oh, look at Mustafa Green. Mustafa Green, midfield, still on his feet and down around the 41-yard line. Boy, he hit the seam and was nearly all the way down the field.
Mustafa's had a great year for Irmo. I'm really glad to see him make that kickoff return like that. He caught it running and never slowed down.
Terrific return by Green. The highlight so far of the game here, Mustafa Green actually caught the long pass too. He did fumble it though at the end of that play earlier in the game, but he really got off and made a nice run on that one. So best field position of the day for Irmo, 1st and 10 from the Gaffney 40-yard line. I'm trying to think if they've been in Gaffney territory.
Well, they were down there when the fumble occurred.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So that's not much gain on that one by Carter. Looks like it's to the 41.
He lost about a yard
he lost
on
a yard actually. So it's back to the 41, so we'll call it 2nd and 11 here. Clock running with 4:10 to go in the third quarter. And a 38-0 Gaffney lead. Irmo trying to get on the board here. Let's see if Barney goes to the air. He will give to Carter. Carter with a little hole this time, punches it out across the 35 down to the 34-yard line. So that will bring up a 3rd down and about 4 for a 1st down, maybe 5. We'll see where they spot it.
This is Irmo's 5th trip to the state championship over the past 25 years. In 1980, they actually beat Somerville in the state finals. That game was played at Irmo High School. And there were about 19,000 people there. So
wow.
Big crowd.
Wow. Barney wants to throw. Got to get out of trouble, can't do it. Dropped all the way back to his 47-yard line by J.B. Shippey, the guy we've talked about a lot today for Gaffney, the team's leading tackler during the year. And that will take them out of any kind of range here and bring up 4th and long. They got to get to the 30, so let's see where they spot it. They're at the 45, so it's 4th and 15, and I would think they're going, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'm sure they're going. If they went for it earlier, 20 yards further back, they'll go for it now.
So Barney this time will line up in the shotgun. He's got Carter to his right. Needs 15 for the first down. They fake the blitz, now dropping back, pass complete, and that's not going to get the first down. Taken down very hard there was Neil Strange, the tight end. He's not going to get up. And the ball will go over on downs to Gaffney. Now he gets up. And
yeah, that's a painful tackle. He got hit right on the shins.
So the Indians will take over at their own 38-yard line, or 37 actually. And so the nice kickoff return by Mustafa Green goes by the boards here for the Yellow Jackets. And we'll get a chance to watch this play here, this big 4th down play. Barney just got rid of the ball quickly. His first and only target was Strange, and he just got hit hard. He fumbled the football, but it looked like he was down by contact there. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Indians. The ball at the 37-yard line. And let's see if Long and company keep it on the ground here with 2:34 to go in the quarter. Looks like that's what he wants to do. This is Foster again. And Foster's going to be stopped right around the line of scrimmage.
You know, Bob Hanna, coach for Irmo, tries to make every game a teaching game. And I think he'll end up doing the same with this one. These kids are not going to walk away from this game with their heads hanging down. He'll get something positive from it, believe it or not.
And Phil Strickland, the head coach at Gaffney, looks like he's going to get himself another state championship here.
You've really got to credit Gaffney. They have played a complete game, offensively and defensively.
Long gone over the top for Petty.
You're going to get a bump on that one.
Yeah, they sure
yeah,
will.
Jim, that's just a little bit early.
So a pass interference penalty is going to be called here, and it looked like it was on Yari King.
Yeah, Yari had him covered pretty well. He just happened to bump
leaned
him
in a little
behind.
bit from behind. Sure did. So that'll bring with it an automatic first down. And we'll keep the Indians with the football here with 1:52 to go in the quarter. And you can see Phil Strickland there, the head coach, amongst all the crowd over there for Gaffney. And boy, what a job he's done. He's a legend in the state, isn't he?
He's done a great job. Everybody thought when he went to Gaffney he'd have his work cut out for him there with their tradition, but hasn't missed a beat.
Hand off Foster. Not much doing this time, and boy, one thing is for sure, Irmo has not quit. That's good defensive play in there. Leading the way was Cody Phillips again.
Well, Irmo's played strong defense all week, all year. Last week we went up against Dutch Fork. And I think that's Bob Hanna standing on the sideline over there.
Here we go. A little fake by Long, puts it up for grabs, and it's going to be caught at the 40-yard line and then down to around the 38-yard line. With the reception there for Gaffney was David Dewberry, the tight end. And boy, that time there was pressure on him, and Long just threw that thing up for grabs. And it went to a black jerseyed guy from Gaffney.
That is what he's been doing all day long.
Sure has. And now they're going to have to come across the field here to the near side to measure and see whether there's a first down here for the Indians. With 1:03 remaining here in the third quarter, and Gaffney firmly in command at 38-0. Let's see what we got here.
Just a little short.
Yep, just a tad. So it will be 3rd and less than a yard for the first down.
South Carolina High School League wishes to thank the United States Marine Corps for its support of high school championships.
First half on 3rd down conversions, Gaffney was 5 for 8. So the Indians also doing a good job in that area. And they should go here on 3rd and short. I set back for Foster, the lone tailback for Long. Here with 1 to go in the quarter. I would think Long probably just sneaks for the first down, but we'll wait and see. 6'2", 225. He's got some size to do that. He does, just pushes it straight forward, and I would think that is, but we'll see. We'll see where they spot it.
I don't think there's any doubt. He's picked up over a yard there.
So Long gets the first down, and the Indians get to keep the football. And maybe they'll get to keep it into the fourth quarter because we only have 56 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. The Indians have thrown a little bit here in the third quarter, but not too much.
They haven't really needed to,
no,
Jim.
No, that's right. They tried one to Petty earlier across the middle. Looks like Cochran's back in now. He'll get the ball. Cochran just puts his head down, goes across the 35 down to around the 32-yard line. Tackled by a whole host there of Irmo Yellow Jackets. Peterson leading the way.
I'm glad to see Chipper back in. A little concerned when they had to take him out the first half for injury.
That may wind up being the final play of the third quarter. It's the clock winding down here with 10 seconds to go, and it looks like Gaffney in no hurry to put the ball back in play here at the 31-yard line. And you can see the Indians are slowly walking off. And the third quarter has wound down. 3 quarters in the book. The Indians 1 quarter away from winning another state championship. There's our score. We're coming right back. Welcome back to Williams-Brice Stadium. Fourth quarter action about to begin here. Gaffney with the football, and Long will get to the 30, tries to cut back inside, gets near the 25, and that'll be close to a first down. I believe he's going to get it here. It looks like they're going to spot it at the 25. That will be another first down for the Indians. Jim Henderson and Bill Beckham here with you on this 4A Division I state championship game. Bill, we were talking during the break. These Indians have just done it every which way.
Well, I'll tell you, this high school team is really impressive. They played it all very well, offensively and defensively. I haven't seen any gaps except for extra points.
Hand off again, trying to go outside and not getting much this time on a good tackle there. The running back again is Cochran.
And that was Chipper Peterson coming in to make that stop for Irmo.
So Peterson on the stop. And the ball down to the 24-yard line. A gain of 1, 2nd and 9. And Bill, I would think the Indians going to keep the ball on the ground.
I don't see why they would need to pass. That's 38-0 doesn't put much pressure on you to have to complete a lot of passes, that's for sure.
Long looks like he wants to, though. Looking around, what's he want to do? He's not going to get it off. And a great tackle that time by Jeremy Berger. That's a coverage sack because it looked like that Irmo secondary had those Gaffney Indians pretty well blanketed back there.
That was good coverage by Irmo. And a lot of pressure put on by the rushers on that play for Irmo, too.
So it'll bring up third down, about 15. The ball back to the 30-yard line. Obvious passing situation. Let's see if, in fact, the Indians will try to do that as our clock running down to 10:20 remaining here. And Long will get back into the gun, and he's got double wide outs to both sides. So sure looks like a pass. Let's find out. Long ready. Going to throw. There's Tyson Petty. He'll get the reception down to about the 15-yard line. Maybe outside the 15.
I think he's just short of a first down.
Yep. About a yard, it looks like. So it should bring up fourth down and less than a yard to go for a first, and I would assume that given the Indians' kicking game so far, that they will go for it. They need to get it, looks like, right around the 15, and they're just outside it here. So here they come out on fourth down with double wide outs to both sides. And Cochran, the tailback, behind Long. This looks like Long a keeper, and he'll lean forward to get the first down across the 15, down to around the 14-yard line. So Long will get the first down, and the Gaffney Indians will keep the football. 9.5 remaining here as the clock running. And of course the Indians in no hurry to put a play in, not with a commanding 38-0 lead here. Cochran lines up alongside Long, and again the 4 wide out formation, both 2 to each side. He wants to throw, gonna go inside to the 8. Petty spins, and down to the 5-yard line goes Tyson Petty.
He ran a little button hook play there, Jim. He went down, planted his foot, and came back about 5 yards.
It'll be at the 5, and it'll be just shy of the first down. So it'll be second down, and we'll call it 1 at the 5. Again, the double wideout formation with Cochran beside Long. Long in the gun this time, though. Now Cochran moves to his left. He'll keep the football. Long keeps, cuts in, touchdown. Tyson Long, another touchdown from 5 yards out, or rather, 5-yard touchdown run. Keep saying, great call that time again by Gaffney.
Here we go with another extra point attempt, Jim.
And the adventure continues. Long with that 5-yard run.
It's a new kicker, I think.
Well, let's see if this is number 3 today. Long's going to hold. Snap, kick up, good. And listen to the crowd. The extra point kicked by Jonathan Motz, who is their kicker, but has not had much success. He and Drew Howard have been sort of taking turns today. So it makes it 45-0 now in favor of Gaffney. And Malcolm Long now with 2 touchdown runs and 2 touchdown passes and a 2-point conversion for the Indians.
Well, as we were discussing earlier, Jim, I really think Irmo has a lot to be proud of this season. I know for Bob Hanna, he picked up his 100th win at Irmo. This is his 13th season there, and he's really done a fine job. He's assembled a great coaching staff, got a wonderful bunch of kids playing football, and they've got some good kids returning next year.
Motz will kick it off here for Gaffney with 8:33 to go. And we'll send it down to about the 15-yard line. Here's Green again. The young freshman trying to get on track and almost did. He got out to the 25-yard line before he was tripped up. Good tackle in there by Laverius Dawkins. And so Irmo will have the ball. First down and 10 from right around the 25-yard line. They'll say the official spot of the ball will be the 26. 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go here. It has been all Indians from the get-go. Barney will operate behind center. We'll pitch it to Carter. Carter trying to go around the right side will fight his way forward to about the 28 or 29-yard line. Been tough sledding for him today, Bill.
It has. I know Mario has been the target this game for everybody on the Gaffney team. They were looking to shut him down. They've been pretty successful at doing that, but he's had a great season this year.
Sure has. He gained over 1,900 yards rushing.
This is a real slip for him. He was averaging 6 yards per rush coming into this game.
2nd and 6. Carter again. He'll come up to around the 33-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and short. Call it 3rd and 2. They'll spot it at the 34-yard line as our clock running with 7.5 minutes to go. And a lot of new faces in there, it looks like, for Gaffney. It's Phil Strickland probably trying to empty his bench here a little bit, get everyone an opportunity to play in a state championship game, and I would think Irmo probably doing the same thing.
Yeah, I'm sure Bob will be putting a lot of kids in there that haven't had a chance to play yet in Williams-Brice.
And there's a hole to the left side, and Carter breaks loose. Still on his feet, trying to fight his way for yardage. He just tries to run over people at the 35, and he's finally tackled down there. Well, you can hold him up for a while, but you can't hold him up forever. And that time, Carter broke through very nicely.
Well, I think that really demonstrates Mario's heart there. You notice when he broke loose, he did not give up. He ran hard. You couldn't tell any difference from that and his first carry of the game as far as his ability to run and his willingness to run.
Well, that time he tried to spin move around a couple. When he realized he wasn't going to do it, he just tried to run them over. So it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Ball handed off to Coleman, the fullback, and he's not going to get much, maybe a yard at most. It has really mostly been Carter. Coleman, I believe, with 1 or 2 carries. That's it. Couple now.
That's been the pattern all season long, Jim.
So we'll give it a half-yard gain. Call it 2nd down and 9. The ball at the 35-yard line of Gaffney. Irmo trying to get on the scoreboard here in the fourth quarter, down 45-zip. Carter and Coleman again behind Barney. Barney keeps, end around, Barney keeps, faked it, wants to throw, going to be dragged out. Dragged right into the Indians bench there. Leading the way on that charge for Gaffney was Shane Phillips, the outside linebacker.
I think they had seen that one on film before. They picked it up real quick.
So it's now a loss back to the 42, makes it 3rd and 17. Been a long day for the Yellow Jackets, no question about that. But it looks like, even numbered year's been good for Irmo. Runner-ups in 02, 04, and looks like certainly going to be this year, 06. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Here's Barney now, rolling to his opposite side, tries to square up and throws incomplete. We got a flag coming down.
See, I couldn't pick up what that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Could be a pushing or a holding penalty on Gaffney, but
hard to see if there are any receivers in the neighborhood there, but we'll check this out.
yeah,
Called
defensive
pass interference against Gaffney, so that will be an automatic first down for the Yellow Jackets. And the ball will be marched off all the way down to the 27-yard line. So the deepest penetration of the game here for Irmo. 1st and 10 from the 27 on the left hash with under 6 to go here in the game.
1st and 10 at the 27.
Leander Barney has his club out, and he's got Carter behind him and no one else. Carter going to get the football. Carter a hole. Carter down near the 20 and goes inside the 20-yard line. Down around the 18 before finally being stopped by Johnny Woods.
That's a typical Mario Carter run right there. Pops through the hole and then he goes.
So a gain of 8, it looks like. 2nd and 2 now coming up. Our clock down to 5.5 to go here. And Irmo knocking on the door for the first time in the game. Double wideouts to the right side. Mustafa Green and Myron Rogers. High backfield. Hand off Carter. Carter inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line.
I think he's got a first down, Jim.
And it sure looks like he does. We'll have to wait on the
16
spot.
and a half. I think he's got it.
We'll have to wait on the spot to see if they bring the chains out. Nope, they're going to say first down. So 1st and 10 here now for the Yellow Jackets. And Carter getting some yardage on this series. Same formation. Double wideouts to the right side. Coleman and Carter. Behind Barney. Barney drops, wants to throw. Across the middle, intercepted. Intercepted by Shippey. Down the left sideline. Shippey still on his feet and finally dragged out of bounds.
Well, he just stepped right in front of that one. He didn't even have to step back. I think he was only 3 or 4 yards from where the ball was thrown.
Well, there's a good look at J.B. Shippey, who's had a tremendous season for Gaffney. Over 100 tackles, nearly 100 assisted tackles this year. And he, as you said, Bill, was just in the right spot, kind of knew what was going on there, stepped in front and made the play.
Yeah, he was sliding across to cover somebody coming out of the backfield, but never had to.
So 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball handed off, new quarterback now for Gaffney. As it looks like Malcolm Long's day is over. Drew Howard into the game as the quarterback. I believe he's tried a couple of extra points, not very successfully, but he's in there now. And we'll get a chance to see this interception. You can see Barney looked right there, and Shippey just stepped right into the passing lane, and boy, he was down the sidelines before you knew it. 2nd and 7, the ball at the 49-yard line. Howard to quarterback. A lot of clean jerseys in there. Hand off to the up back, the fullback. And it looks like gaining a couple. There will be Tommy Strickland. 5'9", 209 pounds as our clock continues to run with 3:35 to go here in the 4A Division I state championship game. All Gaffney today. Boy, the Indians have put on a clinic, leading at 45-0.
I'd put this Gaffney team up against just about any high school team in the country, Jim.
They're good. There's no question about that. Ball handed off inside again, a little hole and down around the 42-yard line. Goes the Gaffney ball carrier.
That's a first down.
And another first down for the Indians. And Phil Strickland just rotating numbers in there like right and left. Howard remaining in the game as the quarterback. We certainly have seen the last of Malcolm Long today, and boy, what a day he had. 2 touchdown passes, 2 touchdown runs. 1st and 10 now at the 42-yard line. Howard hands to the tailback, hole. Down inside the 33-yard line goes the ball carrier for Gaffney.
Ricky Nichols on the tackle for Irmo that time. He's played a hard game.
And a good run that time by the Gaffney tailback in Robert Davidson. So Howard brings him out again. Davidson wasn't sure whether he was in the play. He had to get off the field in a hurry. 2nd and 1. Handoff. Looks like a first down to the 30-yard line.
I believe you're right, Jim.
For the Indians. And Gaffney just continues to roll here in the 4th quarter. The numbers may change, the results don't. That run was by Eddie Jeffries. The ball right at the 31 for a first down. Under 2 to go, 1:50, and the clock running. And I would think, Bill, if Gaffney doesn't score here, they won't worry about it.
I doubt that they will. I think they probably got overwhelming statistics and certainly an overwhelming score.
Just trying to run it down here. Inside handoff. And not much doing there. The Irmo Yellow Jacket trying to make a play on Tommy Strickland. And you can see coming into the bottom of your screen a lot of new black jerseys.
And I think Coach Strickland from Gaffney is putting in a lot of kids that haven't had a chance to play all season long. I have to credit both these programs, really high-class programs, great coaching staffs, wonderful kids, good athletes.
2nd and 9 from the 30, under a minute to go. The pitch. And not much doing there. Ball will come down to the 27-yard line. It looked like Quincy Jackson, the ball carrier.
Cody Phillips at linebacker made that tackle for Irmo. Cody has really played a hard game today, too.
Yeah, we've called his name quite a bit, him and Peterson, as we suspected we would. And they've been on the field a lot. They've had to play pretty tough.
They have. Irmo's defense has really been out there a long time today.
Might be the final play of the 4A Division I state championship game as Drew Howard brings his team up. And he's just going to kneel down. Howard's going to take a knee at the 30-yard line. And that is going to do it. And the Indians of Gaffney High School will celebrate a 4A Division I state championship game. And they will do it, as will the crowd, in a most impressive and convincing fashion here today over the Yellow Jackets out of Irmo High School. A 45-0 victory. It was 26-0 at the half in favor of Gaffney. And Bill, when we go back and look at it real quickly here, 3 second-half touchdowns by Gaffney. I guess we got to say that's where the game got out of hand.
Well, I think Irmo, starting off the second half with the fumble, really set them back. They needed to set a tone coming in third quarter, and that turnover, I think, hurt them a lot. But there were other mistakes, and Gaffney was just a great, great team today.
I think I said second half. I meant to say second quarter when they scored those 3 touchdowns. It was only 6-0 at the end of the first quarter, and all of a sudden it's 26-0 at the break. That just changes game plans in a hurry, doesn't it?
It does. Well, as I said earlier, Gaffney beat Burns twice this season And I think many people thought that Gaffney was the only team that could have beaten Burns this year. So I think it says a lot for Gaffney. They have a complete football program. Irmo's had a great year. They'll finish 11-3. They really have come a long ways, and I think Bob Hanna and his folks have a lot to be proud of and a lot to look forward to next season.
And of course, for Phil Strickland and the Gaffney Indians, another state championship in the bag here. Certainly nothing unusual for them. They've been down this road many times in the past. We talked about, for instance, since Gaffney, since 1981, this is their 6th state championship, and they have also had 6 runner-up finishes. So this program, Gaffney, does not ever looks like it rebuilds. It looks like it just reloads, with kids coming in every year and getting better and better all the time. So congratulations to the Indians out of Gaffney High School, the 4A Division I state champions here at Williams-Brice Stadium on the campus of the University of South Carolina. Bill, thank you very much for working with me.
Jim,
enjoyed
thanks for the opportunity.
Very much.
I really enjoyed it.
Final score 45-0. The Gaffney Indians win here against Irmo. I'm Jim Henderson. Thanks for watching. See you later.